Well, Jeff, we spent the last supervision session talking about your fear of expressing your feeling and interrupting, what was the patient's name? Sally. And interrupting Sally. And I remember as I thought afterwards, after our supervision session was over, I remembered another thing you said when we were talking about it earlier in that session. You said you were afraid that she would leave if you did this. And I'm wondering if you can tell me more, do you know more of what that feeling is, that she's going to leave? Is it literally she'll walk out, or how do you visualize that happening? Not imagery now, right now, more just how do you think of how that would work out?
No, I've actually kind of imagined it in my head, that she'd literally stand up in the middle of a session and said something like, "You're a jerk." And she would slam the door. I mean, I could actually hear the door slamming in the image.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's possible. Like it's almost like I can feel the tension in the room. It's.
And is it like how far would you have to go in terms of like fighting, arguing with her, or trying to interrupt her before she left? Is it like she could do it right away, or if you went a little too far, she'd do it?
Well, I imagine if I push to say like stop and let me talk, and then she gets mad, and then I think I would just fumble around and get defensive, and I think she'd just like oh brother, this guy is no good, and she'd leave. So it's like it would be like I tried to redirect her, and it would just go downhill, and I'd fumble around and blow it, and she'd leave.
And let's just go with the idea, although I personally think it's unlikely, but who knows, it's possible some patients would leave. So just hypothetically, let's assume that she did actually leave. How would you feel then? So imagine that it happened, you didn't yell at her, you weren't mean, but you interrupted her, and she said, if I can't say what I want to say, I'm leaving, and she left. Would you know what you would be feeling then?
I mean, honestly, as you said it, I literally felt a knot in my throat. I mean, it's almost like I don't want to see it because it feels like it's weird. It's like I think like the floor would fall through.
Really?
I'd fall through the floor. No, I know it sounds weird, but it just feels awful.
Yeah.
It feels awful.
Yeah, and the awful, am I right from what I'm hearing? It's not just the awful that you lose a patient. It's like something awful deeper is awful. It's like something terrible happened to you in some deeper way. It's not just a patient got lost, a patient left or something. It's like some deeper loss or something like that.
No, I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's sort of like everything collapses. I mean, I feel silly saying it, but because I know it's not that big of a deal, but I literally feel like I would just fall apart.
Could you close your eyes a second and just get an image of yourself falling apart, and I'll start the image, and I'll just tell you what's happening, then I'll let you just tell me what you see.
Get an image of myself falling apart.
Well, I'm going to close your eyes, and I'm just going to lead you right into where we just were, then you just tell me whatever you see. So you're there in the image with Sally, and she keeps talking, and now you interrupt her, and you say, look, I've got to talk to, this is, although I know you're angry, I've got to have my say too. And she says, I'm not going to put up with this. This is my therapy. And then she walks out. Can you picture that?
Yeah.
Now tell me what you're feeling right now and what you see.
I mean, I literally have an image of me like falling on the floor, like almost like some weight just came down on me, and I'm just like being pulled into the floor, like horror. It's a very strong feeling.
And the weight, do you have any idea what that weight is? It's on you. Is it pushing you into the floor?
It's not like I'm being pulled. Like I'm just being pulled to the floor. Like it's.
Can you try to actually take the image and imagine what's pulling you can you imagine like something pulling you into the floor? What is it what's pulling you into it? Is there a person pulling you, or is it any image of what's pulling? Are you just collapsing, or is there something actually pulling you lower?
Well, I'm definitely collapsing, but I feel like there's something else pulling me, like almost like I have a rope around my neck and it's just like dragging me to the ground. It's like, but I'm collapsing.
Yes, and can you try to imagine that there's either someone or something pulling the rope and pulling that rope around your neck and pulling you down? Who just whatever comes into your mind, what or who is holding that rope?
I mean, the first person that comes to mind is my dad.
I see.
He just yanked me down.
Okay, and now can we have your father talk to you as he's pulling you on the rope tighter and tighter and pulling you further into the ground? Have him just talk to you and say why you're doing it.
It's like, I don't want to see you. I don't know, like, I wish you didn't exist. You're a weight to me. You're too much. Like, go away. It's like, just like, almost like he's yanking it, but it's like yanking away from him, I guess.
And what's little Jeff feeling about it when he hears his father say that to him?
It's just very bad. It's like overwhelming. It's like I'm humiliated. Like just humiliated.
I see. So it's more like a shame, more than, it's not so much you're disappearing, it's like you're ashamed, like a terrible shame. Like you've done something very bad or something like that, or?
Well, it's like I'm not wanted. Like I'm not wanted, and that just feels just so humiliating. And I'm just not wanted. I'm not even sure what I did, but it's bad.
So it's like you're all alone now? It's like your father gave up on you? Is it kind of that feeling? Like he's sick of you, or he doesn't want anything to do with you anymore?
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want me around. He doesn't want to be near me.
And
like he wished I would disappear.
how does that make you feel?
It's very bad. It's very
Terrible
terrible.
feeling.
It's terrible.
And right now, if you can shift the image now back to Sally, and imagine Sally stays in the room and says to you, I'm going to be Sally, and says something similar to what your father says. She says, well, you know, I just am sick of you, disgusted with you. I really don't want to be around you when you're interrupting me this way. This isn't what I want a therapist to be, and I just don't want to be with you anymore. I just want you to get away. You know, it's just, you're just not the right therapist for me. How do you feel when she says that?
It's just awful. It's like she knows the truth about me, that I'm not wanted and disposable. And so it's like, I mean, I feel like it's little Jeff saying, like, oh God, she doesn't want me either.
Like it happened, here it is, it kept happening again or something.
Like it was inevitable. It's inevitable.
It's almost like you were waiting for you to do something that would lead her to do something like this.
Yes.
So if it wasn't this, it would be something else that would have ended up in the same place.
Yeah, exactly. It feels bad.
Now, let's see if we can do something to sort of pull you out of this terrible place that you're in right now, feeling that you're bad, that no one really wants you, and it's only a matter of time before they leave you. And see if we can do something to try to make you feel a little bit, a little bit different. Now, we can't change your father, and your father, that may be what your father was. But we could at least start with the father and talk, and we'll try to deal with the idea of what kind of father would treat his son not that way. So let me first, can you keep your father there in the image? We're going to go back to your father, and I'm going to just talk to your father.
May I just stay here?
Yeah, just be little Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah, but actually you could talk back to me a little bit if you want to as your father, but I'm really more concerned with my just telling you how I feel.
Okay.
And you should listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Jeff is a really, really good boy. He's wonderful. He tries very hard. He's wonderful at what he does. He's a kind, caring person. And for you to get to like treat him this way, just because he doesn't do what you want him to do, it's really despicable for a father to abandon his child like this because he doesn't do things your way. And Jeff really needs a new father. He really can't count on you anymore unless you're changing. Are you going to change and start being different for him?
He's just mad at you right now.
Yeah, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll just say, well, look, I think we're gonna have to give up on you as his father, and I'm gonna have to take Jeff, and I'm gonna have to be his father for now. And maybe we'll find some time to work with you and try to help you become a more decent person. But for right now, as much as Jeff wants to connect to you and wants it because you're his father, and he wants your love and he wants your approval, I know that he can't get it from you right now. And maybe later we'll find a way to change you. But let's let Jeff do what Jeff needs, which is find someone who will be a good father to him and will treat him the way he deserves to be treated. So I want you to get away, and I'm going to let go of that rope now that's around his neck. And Jeff, could you now, in the image, picture yourself, it's now me there and not your father. Your father's gone. I'm there, and now I'm letting go of the rope, and you can just lift your head up again and stand up. Can you try to do that?
Stand up in the image?
Yeah, in the
Okay.
image, just so you're not on the ground,
Okay.
like you're not,
Okay.
you haven't fallen now.
Okay.
Okay, and
So
now
stand-
I'm supporting you. Can you visualize something? How could I, just even physically right now, support you in the image so you don't feel like you're collapsing? What could I do as Jeff?
I think like just hold my hands.
Yes. Can you put my arm around you and hold your hand? How would that be?
Yeah.
And I'll say, I love you, Jeff. I think you're wonderful. You're a wonderful son, a wonderful therapist. You're a caring person. And I admire you and respect you and love you. And I'll never leave you. How does that feel?
It feels like two things. Like I definitely don't feel like it's devastated. I feel kind of good, but I also like still wondering where my dad is and
I know.
still wanting him. It's
Yeah.
so it's like torn. I'm glad you're here, but you know I don't want him to leave me.
Yes.
It's
Well, maybe we can picture your father there, but a distance away. And I'll just say to him, what's his first name?
Joe.
Joe, look, Joe, even though I don't have much confidence in you and your ability to be a good father, Jeff, because you are his son, he doesn't want to give up on you. So I want you to just stay there and don't leave Jeff and don't give up. I won't give up on you because Jeff wants you. So I'll keep working with you on the side later so that we can get to the point where Jeff and you can get back together. But for right now, I think it's best the two of you keep a distance from each other until things are better, until you can learn how to be the father Jeff deserves. And then I'll be the father in the meantime. And then we'll bring you back as his father after you've had a little bit of training in how to be a good father. How does that feel to you, Jeff, doing it that way? Does that feel better?
That actually feels better. I mean, like I still feel sad now. It's more like sad, but I'm glad that he's not gone, and I'm glad that you're here. And I also feel sad that again I don't feel like horrified like I was before. It's better.
Good. And now, if you have me here now as your father, and I'm not going to leave you, now how much could you believe that I'm not going to leave you? Jeff, this is Jeff, your supervisor, Father. How much can you believe that I'm not gonna leave you?
With little Jeff,
Yeah.
50%.
And what are you afraid that you might do as Big Jeff that might make me, your supervisor, Jeff, give up on little Jeff?
Like if I don't do as you tell me to do, if I don't like just respect you and just like know that you know the right way, if I kind of cross you, then you'll just wipe your hands with me.
Right. So it's kind of like even in the supervision, in a way, you have to be the good boy and do everything I tell you to do.
Right.
And if you don't do it the right way, I'm going to be disappointed in you and then give up on you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not 100%, but I do fear that, yeah.
What if I say to you, Jeff, look, I don't have a right way and a wrong way for you to be a supervisor, as a supervisor. I'm just here to help you and give you suggestions, ideas to try, but I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you that was wrong or you have to do it exactly my way. It's like brainstorming. It's like I'm going to give you ideas to try that you might not have thought of. And if you like the ideas, then you'll try them. If you don't like them or they don't fit you or they don't feel comfortable, you don't have to do them. I really don't care if you do it my way. I just care that you develop your confidence that you can handle these situations and that you feel strong enough when you're with the patient. It's not that you have to be me or you have to do it the way I want you to do it. Do you believe that when I say that?
Well, it's sort of like it almost sounds like too good to be true. It's like a new way of you being, and like, can I really believe it? But it's like I hope it's true.
Yes.
So I want to believe it, but it's like it just seems so new.
Yes. Well, let's practice it by keeping your eyes closed, and let's go back to that situation, the image with you and Sally in the session. And now we're going to go back in the supervision as if we're doing supervision in the image. But in this image of my doing supervision, I'm not going to be telling you what to do, and you don't have to do what I suggest. Okay, so you're going to be in a situation, I may come up with an idea, but you don't have to do it. You can practice it and say anything you want to her until together we come up with something that you feel comfortable with, and I'm just offering suggestions until we find the best solution. How would that be?
That feels good.
And if something I suggest doesn't feel good to you or doesn't fit you, just say, well, maybe that's a good idea, but that's not me, or that's not how I would do it. Okay? And I won't feel like it's not like you have to agree with every idea I have. Because some of the ideas might be good for my personality, but that might not be good for yours. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's kind of exciting. I almost can feel myself feeling bigger.
Good.
And more strong and more solid, so it feels good.
Good.
New, for good.
Great. That's wonderful. So let's imagine now that you're there, and let's imagine you now there with Sally in session. But remember now, Sally isn't your father. And even if Sally were to leave you, her leaving you isn't the same really as your father leaving you. Even though right now, when we do the image, it feels a little bit like it is because it is a schema, so they do connect with each other. But can you see that, can you realize that if, in reality, if Sally were to leave you because you say you do it the right way, that you feel good with it, and she isn't comfortable with it and leaves, that doesn't have to pull you into that pit because she's not your father. You don't need her in the way you need your father. She's not your support. She's not the person you count on in life. She's a patient you care about. But some patients, they want to do it their way, and it's like anybody. It's like a friend or anyone we have in our lives. Sometimes they want to do it differently, and things don't always work out. So we don't have to necessarily get the therapy to work. You're gonna be you, she'll be her, we'll try things out. If she doesn't wanna be there, there are other therapists and you'll have other patients. But she's not your father. Can you picture her now and make in the image, like see your father, then see her, and try to make them different in terms of how important they are to you. Can you see it in a way that you can feel a difference between the two?
I can, I really can.
And what feels different between the two of them? If you
Well,
really-
I mean, with my father, I mean, it really feels like the end of the world, like it's gone. With her, it's like I'm really imagining her leaving, and it still feels painful, but it's not like there's that sensation of pulling pulled into the floor. I'm like kind of more slunking down in my chair, so it like I'm really upset, but I'm not defeated. You know, it's sort of like I have some stability still, where before it's like I'm just gone. So yeah,
It doesn't feel quite as
no,
terrible as it
no,
did
it
before.
feels bad, but not
like
devastating.
Devastating.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to try to say something to her that you wouldn't say, and I wouldn't say it either if I were the therapist, but it's more what I'd like you to practice feeling around her. And so maybe say something to her. Again, this is not practice of what you would really say. It's what I want you to try to feel when you're with her. So I want you to say to her something like, look, Sally, I'm going to do my best to help you. And, you know, and I know you have an idea of what you want a therapist to be. And I have an idea of what I can do that will help. And hopefully we'll find a way that will work together and I'll be able to help you. But if we both have our own ways and we can't find a way that works, then you'll find a different therapist and I'll find a different patient, and we won't be angry at each other. We'll just go on and move on and find a better fit. I'll find a fit with a patient who wants to hear the things I want to say, and you'll find someone who listens to you every second and doesn't have to say anything. So why don't you try it? You don't use those exact words, but
Okay,
use
sure.
your words
No,
for
I
saying
can.
something like that.
Okay.
I'll be Sally.
Okay, so Sally, I know you really just want me to sit here and listen to you, and you think that's the best I can do for you, and that's what you want. But I really, really believe that it's better for you that I interact with you and we talk about what's going on between us. And so I'm really going to keep pushing in that direction, even though I know that's not what you want, and that maybe you'll decide that you want to leave because of that. And you have a right, you can leave.
And say, and I'll be okay with that.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay if you decide to leave. But I would still believe in our working together as my interacting with you. But it's okay if you leave, and I'll be okay too.
And say that, you know, I'll be able to find other patients. If it gets to the point where we have to stop working together, you'll be able to find other therapists who fit your personality better, and I'll be able to find other patients who can make better use of my particular skills and personality. Try to say that.
Yeah, so I mean, if you leave, it can be okay for both of us. You'll find a therapist that feels more like someone who will listen to you, and I'll find patients who I can interact with and feel like they're helped by talking to them as well as listening to them. So I think we can both get what we, want and be okay.
Right. And then maybe, just because I can hear what you're feeling, you could say, look, I'll be honest, it's not I'll still be hurt by it, and it take me a while to get over it. And it may the same thing with you, for both of us, because probably neither of us really wants to have the other person leave. But maybe we'll both be upset and pain a little bit, and feel bad about it, but we'll both be able to get over it and move on, even if it takes a while.
Okay, so look, we both will probably have bad feelings about this. You'll be mad and hurt, and I'll be hurt, and frankly, probably mad too.
That's good.
But you know, we can get over it and move on. So, you know, it's not great to have all these unpleasant feelings, but you can have them and I can have them, and we can both be okay.
Open your eyes, Jeff. Now, how did that feel, doing that exercise?
Ooh, I felt like I went around the world. It's a lot. It's a lot.
A lot happened.
It's hard to put into words,
That's okay.
but it was like really like deep and dark and awful.
Yeah.
And then it felt like I felt like more alive inside and stronger, and not as dark, deep and dark, but just stronger.
Yeah,
And,
but still sad.
still sad. Yeah, I mean,
Because
I'm still sad.
I can still see it, because some of that abandonment is there,
Yeah.
even though the words are right, and even though you know objectively that she could move on and you could move on, the abandonment feeling is still there.
Yeah.
But not as strong as it was
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So it got a little weaker than it was. The abandonment feeling was not as strong with her as it was before we did the exercise.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, no, that's great. It's sort of like it's like a abandonment hangover.
Yes.
You know, like I still feel
Great
like there's a
term.
residue of it,
Wonderful.
but I'm still like I'm woozy from it.
Okay.
It's unpleasant, but I'm still like functional.
Yeah, exactly. But now going back just for a second to the dark part of it, did you already have a sense underneath when we talked about the idea that she might leave and that you wouldn't like that? Did you know there was this dark feeling under there?
Not really. I always say I had the abandonment issues. I know the abandonment schema, but I don't think I ever felt the depth of it. Like, wow, was that underneath my fear of her leaving? I mean, it was almost like, really, all that? So, yeah, this new.
How do you feel about our talking about that as part of the supervision? Does it feel like it's too deep for supervision and you'd rather not have us go to that place if it comes up? Or do you feel it's okay and better that we do that?
Well, you know, it's funny, when it was getting really dark, I was thinking, oh shit, should we be doing this in supervision? This is like, the train is off the tracks. And, but now I feel like, oh, I need to do this. And this is affecting my work with her and with other people. So, like right now, I'm feeling very relieved that we're doing this, and still like, is this really okay? But kind of glad that we did it too. Glad and sad right now.
And if I said to you, Jeff, if you never want to do this again, it's fine with me. And then there's, if you want to or you don't want to, is up to you. I'm not disappointed in you if you don't want to go to this place again in supervision. But if you do, I'm happy to go there with you, but it's your choice. It isn't for me to tell you where to go in supervision. How do you feel when I say that to you?
Well, two things came to mind. First off, just like, I love it that you gave me that choice. Like, wow, there's like something new. Like I can decide. I get to participate in this. So that feels really good. And then I found myself thinking, oh no, we need to do this again.
But not because I'm forcing you.
No,
because
because
you
otherwise
want to.
I feel like there's stuff there, and I need it. So.
And what about the more general idea that in supervision, you don't have to do what I tell you to do, that you can make your own choices of how to handle situations?
Really good to hear, but it's like I was kind of believe it when I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I really do that? Because that's kind of a new frontier.
Right.
You know, like I can be the subjugator too. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for you to be convinced of that, I'm going to have to give you some advice and you're going to have to ignore it in a way. And you'll have to say, that's not for me. Well, let's just practice it once. I'm going to give you some piece of advice about what to say, and I want you to just say back to me, well, thank you, but I don't think that's something I'm comfortable with. Any words you want, okay? So I'm going to say, well, I think the thing you need to do, with Sally, is just interrupt her and say, stop, I don't want to hear this anymore. If all you want to do is get angry, why do I need to be here at all? You could be angry and unable to be in the room. So, you make the decision. But if all you're going to do is be angry, there's no sense in my being here.
Okay, well, I genuinely don't want to do that. So, no, I won't do that. I don't think that's a good idea, so.
Good.
No.
How did you feel saying? Now, what are you waiting for me to say back?
No, I'm looking at you to see, what are you gonna do now? Now what's gonna happen? But it still feels kind of good.
Exactly. And what were you afraid I might say? Be me for a second, as if what you were afraid I might say, the worst case scenario, after you say, no, I won't do it.
What came to mind is, well, then I guess you need to find another supervisor. I really think that's what you'd say.
Yeah. You really do, or you?
No, that's what came to mind.
Right, exactly, yeah. So, but to convince you of that, let's say you, well, Jeff, that's fine. You don't have to say it that way. To be honest with you, I wouldn't say it that way either. I made the most extreme thing, just to be sure you wouldn't agree with it, just to agree with it.
Right.
But I'm glad, because, you don't have to do it my way. I don't even know what my way would be, to tell you the truth. I haven't even thought it through. But whatever it is, I think you need to come up with your way. I'll think of my way. And next time, we'll both suggest what we would think is the best solution with her. And then we'll talk over how to either join them together, how to find an in-between place, or just do it your way. How does that seem?
That feels great.
Good.
It feels great.
Good, because we don't want to have you or us have a relationship with as supervisor and supervisee that's the same as a relationship with your father and you. I don't want to be your father where you feel you have to do what I tell you or I'm going to leave you.
Yeah.
So it's very important to me that I help you not to feel that way. Not to feel that you have to do what I tell you to do. For me to like you, stay with you, keep helping you. You do it the way that feels right to you. My whole idea about being genuine. What you do with a patient has to come from you. I can give you ideas of what feels right to me, but I don't know what feels right to you. So to be genuine, it's got to come from you. So all I can do is give you ideas of things I might try, but they have to feel good to you. And if I know they feel good to you, then I'm happy with you. If I think you're just copying me, then I think, well, he's just doing the same thing he did with his father. He's not becoming an independent therapist. He's just copying me, and I don't want someone to just copy me. I want you to do it your way. So
that feels really good. I feel grateful that you said that.
Good. Well, good. So we'll pick up there next time. Okay. Good. Okay. Good.